Hello, everyone. Today we share a fire pump controller FPC915. The first is to introduce its main functions and display content. Now the interface shown is the home page of the controller. Battery 1 voltage and battery 2 voltage are displayed on the upper side of the display. The FPC915 communicates with the battery charger through the RS485 serial port. Read the battery voltage, charging current and charging status of battery 1 and battery 2. Because the current is an analog battery, it shows a charge failure. The parameters of the engine are shown in 3 bar charts on the left side of the display. The first one is the temperature of the engine. The second is the engine's oil pressure. The third is the cooling level of the engine. The contents shown in the right circle section are: the first is the RPM of the engine. The second is the pipe network pressure of the pump. On the far right are 3 working modes. The first is the shutdown mode. The second is automatic. The third is manual. The automatic state and manual state are selected the controller working mode by connecting the panel electric lock. The following position is the module date and time. The yellow section on the lower side of the display to the left is the engine RPM. The middle section is the pipe network pressure. The right section shows the engine status. The content of the home screen is covered. Next, the controller function buttons are introduced. The above 2 buttons are the home button and the record button. Press the record key to quickly jump to history. Press the ESC exit key to return to the home page. The lower side of the controller, from left to right, is test key and alarm reset key, start 1 key, start 2 key, stop key. In case of manual boot, press start 1 to start the pump unit through battery 1. Press start 2 to start the pump unit through battery 2. Press start 1 or start 2 while starting. When the pump unit starts successfully, then release the key. Automatic speed up to high-speed operation. The upper right part of the controller is the navigation key. These are the scroll left keys and scroll right keys. Scroll up pad, scroll down, reduce, configure, confirm, and exit keys. This is the end of the introduction of the controller's function keys. The next introduction is the detailed parameter interface of the engine and the water pump. On the left side are the parameters of the engine. The first action operation mode. The second action is engine temperature. The third action is the oil pressure of the engine. The third action is the oil pressure of the engine. The cross coordinate of the display screen can be jumped through the configuration. Confirm key operation. The engine parameters can be viewed on the left in the engine bar. After pressing the flip button, we can see it. The fourth step is the engine coolant level. The fifth action is battery 1 voltage. The sixth action battery 2 voltage. The seventh voltage of the charging machine. This behavior cumulative total running time. Act not accumulates run time. Act 10 accumulates run time B. Then jump the cross cursor to the pump bar. You can view the relevant parameters of the pump. The first behavior of the water pressure. The second thing the programmable sensor 1 sets is the pressure. The third action programmable sensor 2 sets the temperature. The type of programmable sensor can be set by requirements. The fourth behavior network pressure. The fifth action is lift. These are the specific parameters of the pump. The alarm bar here shows the current alarm status. This page is the history. You can view the history by scrolling up and down. This page is the other page of the controller. Include the controller date and time. Programmable input port status. Programmable output port status. This is our information page about the controllers. Software version, hardware version, PD value of the controller. Next, simulate starting the engine. Start by turning the engine on with start 1. Switch the work mode to manual bit first. Press and hold the start 1 button until the engine reaches the start success condition and release. The engine automatically increases to high speed. After the high-speed delay is over, it works normally. You can switch the controller to off mode when you need to stop. You can shut down normally. If the engine has an alarm, you can press the alarm reset key to jump directly to the alarm page. The controller panel operation is introduced. Next, introduce the controller wiring. First of all, the power supply from the battery. Emergency shutdown, fuel output. The role of starting 1 relay output is to control the starter through battery 1. The role of the relay output of start 2 is to control the starter through battery 2. Test the battery valve control output. Power off control output. Some programmable active relay outputs. The corresponding functions can be set according to the needs of users. Charging generator DN input. Here are 4 programmable inputs. There are also 2 fixed low oil pressure inputs and high water temperature inputs. Remote automatic power input. Remote manual power input. Rain valve boot input. Input port public end. Here are engine operation input and engine overspeed input. The engine speed sensor is connected here. This position is the programmable input port 5. Below is the engine failure output. Engine run output. Output not in automatic mode. Controller alarm output. There are 3 more programmable inputs. Here is the ECUG1939 communication interface. This is connected to the engine oil pressure, temperature, coolant level sensor analog. The resistance sensor is simulated here. Oil pressure, water temperature, and level sensors support resistance and current types. Terminal 51 is the common end of the sensor. Terminals 52 and 53 are 4 to 20 mA current type pump sensors. They are outlet pressure and pipe network pressure sensors respectively. Terminals 54 and 56 are the pump backup sensors. Resistance type and current type can be connected. Terminal 55 is the common end of the sensor. The last 3 are fixed input ports. Terminal 57 is the automatic status input. Terminal 58 is for manual status input. Terminal 59 is the shutdown mode input. Terminal 60 is the input port common ground. The 3 state mode inputs are connected to the electric lock of the fire cabinet panel, used to select the controller working mode. Idle mode input is valid. The unit will not start automatically if it is not started. This is the RS485 serial communication interface. Can be used to communicate with battery chargers with RS485 interface. Read battery voltage and charging current through RS485 communication. Display the current charging mode by charging voltage and charging current. This diagram shows a 3-stage charging curve. Okay, the main functions of the FPC915 are introduced. Thanks for watching, bye.